School rules were implemented to instill the principle of compliance. The president for the Jamaica Association of Principals of Secondary Schools, Linfern Wright, has pushed back against recent public criticism of school rules related to hair, uniforms, and discipline, saying these debates often distract from the core values schools are trying to instill. I noticed that what has happened in recent time is that our conversations about education have become about hair. It has become about hair, shoes, and about uniform. I really think the public should just leave those things. We don't, as principals, hold on to here and those things because we think they are so important, right here with reporters. Wright explained that schools implemented rules to teach students the principle of compliance in society. What we use that to do is to teach them a principle of compliance in a society that is horribly undisciplined. Compliance on the roads would have helped with fewer accidents. Compliance with laws and rules would have helped with less violence. Compliance would have helped with seeing people's things and not troubling them. So we are not saying that it is a clause that is important. It is a principle of compliance, he stated. There has been too much debate in the public domain surrounding school enforcing rules that bar students from classroom due to their attire and the grooming of their hair. Just recently, at least 34 students of Calabar High School in St. Andrew were refused entry into the institution at the start of the academic year due to their attire and hair, including those with black hair dye, incorrect belt buckle, missing button, and from their khaki, tight pants, and incorrect hair length. There has also been ongoing debate surrounding the move by St. Andrew High School girl to ban edges. But Wright noted that when society undermines schools' authority, it contributes to indiscipline in the classroom. When you're in the schools and you understand what is happening with children, many principals and teachers are frustrated with the indiscipline that comes from the carry-on cost of society to say, leave these children alone. Because when you say leave them alone with their hair, it becomes about so many other things that people don't understand, he said, noting that many of the students who defy the rules are the ones who fail to do their assignments. He stressed that this indiscipline, in turn, impacts students' academic performance. Many of them are the same ones who don't do well in terms of Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC examinations. There's a correlation between all of that. So what we really want society to do is to help us by understanding that some of the things that we're doing that they don't understand. They need to come in and understand and know that what we are seeking is commitment and collaboration on the principle of compliance and on some values that are going to assist us in getting our children to do the kinds of things that will help them to have better values and become more committed students to their CSEC and understand that it is complying with what teachers ask that they do for their assignments and that they are to do their exams, he stated. Wright noted that the lack of support from society for teachers is also a contributing factor to teacher resignations. When our society is not working with us in those things, people are frustrated and they just want to leave because no teacher really likes a bad result, even if they are a bad teacher. And some of these things that we're doing in society are aiding and abetting these bad results. And we have to do a little better than that in support of our system, he noted. Security Minister says border security remains high on government's agenda as it seeks to stop flows of guns and drugs into the island. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says border security remains high on the government's agenda as it seeks to stop the flow of guns and drugs in the island. The Security Minister made this statement following the seizure of a hyper weapon and over 700 rounds of ammunition by the police in Manchester last week and seizure of 14 imitation firearms in St. Mary on Saturday. Speaking with reporters, Dr. Chang said the government has taken several steps over the years to boost border security and this will continue. He assured citizens that various agencies, including Jamaica Customs Agency, have been strengthened to prevent the entry of illegal guns and drugs. However, the security minister admitted that while these measures have been implemented and enforced, there could be leakages in some instances. Dr. Chang said despite that over 200 entry points through which contraband and gun can enter the island, the government will not relent in securing the country's borders.
It has been one of the priorities. It is a crucial part of the security architecture, and this is why we established the MAC Brigade, as I indicated earlier. The MAC Brigade is in Marine, Air, and Cyber formation in the battalion in the Jamaica Defence Force. That is critical to ensuring adequate border control and territory and control of the waters around us, our territorial waters. The big formal border control agency, of course, is Customs, which operates at the points of entry, and PICA. Customs, of course, has been brought into this National Security Council, and they have done much in improving their own efficiencies and being up to date in technological features in the last couple of years. So that has been strengthened. Now, with border security is one among the things, normal policing activity that we have strengthened. I mean, we are allowed to work with a number of agencies involved in border security. Of course, there's the PICA, there is the Marine Police, there is Customs in particular for legitimate ports, and there's the Coast Guard. All the agencies are involved in effective border security, but bear in mind there is all the challenge ensuring that we have a tighter wrap at the legitimate ports, and that we have done. Customs have improved their efficiency quite significantly in the last couple of years, and we have seen there were quite a few major seizures there, and we have done much to improve the efficiency in all areas operating there, and they coordinate effectively as well. But there could be leakage from time to time. More critically, of course, there are the elite or the entry points. We're an island. There will over maybe 200 entry points that contraband can enter the country through, and that, of course, depends on the work or the prevention depends on the work of our Coast Guard and Marine Police that's jointly operating together with each other, plus effective intelligence, so you can get the intelligence where they're coming or when they're coming. That has been strengthened in the last couple of years by this government, like all the other areas of security. So where we about the control, they're critical to ensure sustainability of the gains we have had in reduction in violence. But it's a continuous fight. There's no way we will not let up, and we cannot in any way fold our arms even for a breather. It is a continuing 24/7, 365 days a year activity.
Suspect held in Queen student's murder. A suspect is now in police custody following the tragic shooting death of 18-year-old Jada Pollard, a sixth form student at Queen's High School. The student was shot and killed at her home in Smokyville, St. Andrew during a pre-dawn home invasion. Reports from the St. Andrew North Police are that around 1:40 a.m., the suspect allegedly broke into the residence where Pollard lived with her family. The gunman reportedly gained entry through the front door, which was closed. The intruder reportedly confronted Pollard's mother in her bedroom and robbed her of her handbag. Her cries for help alerted her daughter, who exited her room to investigate. Upon encountering the gunman, Pollard was shot in the head. The sixth form student collapsed immediately and was rushed to the hospital but was pronounced dead on arrival while the gunman fled. Head of the St. Andrew North Police Division Superintendent Randy Sweeney confirmed the arrest while indicating that investigators at the Constant Springs CIB are still probing the incident. The brazen killing had sparked widespread grief. Education Minister Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon expressed profound shock and sadness. She described the incident as an unspeakable tragedy, noting that a bright and promising young life have been lost in the most senseless way. My heart goes out to her family, friends, classmates, teachers, and the wider school community as they grapple with this devastating loss, stated Morris Dixon. The minister also confirmed that a trauma support team was dispatched to the Queen's High School to provide counseling and psychosocial support to students and staff and promised to continue its support. Pollard's shocking murder has cast a pall of sorrow over the school and the wider Smokyville community. One of her friends said, "Our classmates love her. She was so sweet and the most humble person ever. I have not one negative thing to say about that sweet girl." To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.